Good evening, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Band of Barbers podcast. I'm your host, Devon Evans. Glad you guys could join us. As always, if you're enjoying our content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Not going to waste time. We're going to jump right into the episode tonight. Today we have a title, unlike other times that we have episodes, but today we have a title. And today's title is Financial Maneuvers for Barbers. One of the things that we, as barbers, especially if you're an independent barber, seems to be a big struggle is money management. Now, before we jump into our three key points, I'm just going to discuss a little bit about some of the things that I see within the industry that causes a lot of financial issues in the future. One, because typically barbering is a very, very high cash-based business. I would suggest, this is just me, you get away from cash-based so much. Stop being so dependent on cash-based. If you can't manage your finances very well, if you are struggling when it comes to tax time, you have no track when it comes to tax. If you have all of that stuff, you need some management tools in place. So one of those being a POS system that can handle all of that type of stuff. A simple system like Square can really help you track your cards, all your cards and your cash. I'm not sponsored by Square or anything like that. I just think that it's probably one of the easier systems and the easier one to get started with. Okay. Two, just because we're independent business owners does not mean that we don't have responsibilities as far as taxes and things of that nature. One of the things that I will say on that same light is, don't live out of your pocket. Don't live above your means. You shouldn't be the barber who comes into work every day and is broke. Like, yes, this is a industry that can afford you the opportunity that if you're having some financial struggles, like you can come to work broke one day or the beginning of the day and leave with money in your pocket. Not saying that that's not possible, but what I'm saying is what I will say is that if you work 25 days in a month and 22 of those days you're broke, you're gonna have you need to look at that and reevaluate what's going on. And this is going to kind of segue into my first point. Well, my first point of the night is to create a flexible budget. And you got to develop a budget that adapts to the fluctuations in income and identify your essential expenses and allocate a percentage of your money to cover these necessities. Right? So what does that mean? You need to know what your bills are exactly. Right? You need to know exactly what your bills are. What are your bills behind the chair? You might have booth rent, but let's say you're a booth renter, that's cool, but you have supplies that you need to buy every month. Supplies, not new clippers, right? Stop being Michael Jordan of the Clippers. I would tell you the truth, your clients don't care about what clippers you got. They really don't. Can they cut the hair? Can they not cut the hair? If you can cut the hair with a pair of 10, if you can cut their hair with a pair of $10 wall clippers, they're not going to care. You can provide a result with that, they are not going to care. And you need to be aware of that. Like, yes, you get into a place and you know you jumped into this career to make money, not show people that you have money. People and this is a belief of mine, and you can take it for what you want to, but people that spend all their time trying to show you that they have money usually don't have any money. You got responsibilities. You got car payments, rent, mortgage. You got kids. You got a wife. You got all of this other stuff. And you're worrying about showing people that come into the shop that you have money. They don't care. It's irrelevant to them. They want to know that they're going to get a quality service. So when we're talking about tools, find tools that work for you. The tools work. You like them, buy 2 of them. Now you got to, you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to jump on every new clipper. Like, unless you don't get your head all blown up by these social media influencer barbers or social media barbers who get every clipper. They're getting money from social media and from behind the chair, as well as, you know, a lot of these bigger brands, they're sending them the clippers for free. So they're getting the clippers for free, telling you about it, and then you're running out and spending $200-$300. They're not paying that. They're not paying that. Now, you can go through the effort and go through the process and become a social media barber, and maybe one day people will start sending you clippers for free. But as of right now, get what works for you. I would dare to say, if you feel like if you're not doing something that's educational or something like that, in that aspect, this is what I suggest. If you feel like that you are going to buy clippers, and this is just this will get later on into some other stuff, but if you feel like you so badly want to buy these clippers, right? I would suggest put the money away for those clippers. Whatever the price of those clippers is going to cost, put that money away. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. Right? Once you put that money away, you put it in the places you can't access it easily. I won't say you can't access it, but access it easily. And I'm not talking about a shoebox underneath your bed or in your closet, or I'm not talking about that. Let's be real. We adults. Get a bank account, not Cash App, not Square. Get a bank account. Put your money in a bank account. I don't care where you came from before you got here. Stop living like you're in the streets. Grow up. And I don't care. Oh, I grew up in the street. No. Listen, man. Some of y'all said y'all want to make $100,000 a year behind the chair in a business. It's a business. Run it, treat it, function, move like a business. If you don't know how to do that, then you need to get a mentor that can help you and walk you through the process. And don't fight them because they're trying to teach you something new. They are trying to teach you something new. They're trying to change the game for you. But if what you were doing and where you were right now was working for you, you wouldn't have the desire to go to move up or to change. Stop being a hardaholic and trying to do everything the hard way or everything the street way. Because I'm trying to stay true to what it is. I'm trying to stay true to the streets. I don't know if you looked around lately or saw anything lately, but I'm gonna tell you this: the people that I grew up that was in the streets, still in the streets, don't live as well as I do. And I'm not being rude when I say this, but they bounce from job to job, or they don't have a job, right? Every time you turn around, they are they are. Oh, this might piss some people off. They are professional private detectives. They know everything and there is to know about law enforcement in the area, who's snitching, who telling, what type of cars the cops drive, what tactics is going on. They know all of this stuff. They ain't got a pot to piss in. I, you trying to impress them? I mean, seriously, you trying to impress? They ain't got a pot to piss in. They lead. I'm just telling you, like, look at it for what it is. You got an opportunity to change your life and other people's lives because you get. I will say this: a shop. If you get into the right space, it may not be the best space, but a shop in general might cost you $5,000, $10,000, 20,000 tops. Let's say 10,000. And if you really on a shoestring budget, you could probably do it for five. $5,000 can put you in this. Can get you can outfit a decent shop. Decent. Am I saying it's one of these supreme? I said decent. It can outfit a decent shop, a starter shop, just like a starter home. A starter home is not a mansion. A starter home doesn't have the same amenities that a mansion may have. You buy a home, you're not getting the same choices on a starter home that you would get on the mansion. They giving you a script. Hey, you can pick from this, or this. Mansion, you can make whatever decision you want to make. Okay, so I'm saying $5,000 could get you a decent shop. And guess what you can now do? Employ people legally, change their lives, show them how to make $100,000 plus a year. You get what we're saying? Like, don't do like don't spend your life and don't get in this game and get behind this chair trying to impress a bunch of people that you don't really like anyways. And I'm being honest, you can smile in their face and kiki and all that kind of stuff when you see them, but you know at the end of the day you really don't like them. But you want to show them because you got some old pent up aggression or old issues from back in the day when they was flexing on you. Now you up and you got an opportunity to flex. Dog, nobody cares. We all got bills out here to pay. We all got families to take care of. Make sure your family's good. Don't make sure that someone that so and so see you. He don't care. He does not care. All right, so and I'm sorry. So let me get back to it. So look, man, you got to create a flexible budget. A budget that flows along. You need to have a bottom line budget. All right, I've got this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill. Electricity, water, mortgage or rent. I've got my booth rent behind the chair if I'm just a booth renter. uh, and let's say I've got my mortgage behind the chair, and let's say, whatever your bills may be, and they could be a long list or whatever. Whatever your bills may be, you need to make sure that you know and you got that, okay? And that's your bottom line budget. That's what you need to make a month. Or right, that's what you need to make a month. So I need to make enough a month or per week to cover X, Y, and Z budget. And this is what I would suggest, because your money is because your income is irregular, which means that you've got peaks and valleys in your income. When you get the money, pay the bill. Don't just hold the money and say, "Oh, I'm going to pay it at this time because what if such and such happens? I'm going to just hold it because I don't know. Something may happen, and if I ain't got this money, then what are we gonna do?" No, don't do that. And in your flexible budget, it brings me to point number 2. In your flexible budget, you need to build in the income a buffer. So whatever your budget may be, if your budget is $2,500 a month, if that's what all your bills and food, groceries, all that kind of, if it's $2,500 a month, I would suggest add 500 to it, right? Make it an even 3,000, or add whatever, add a buffer, at least $500. I would say add a buffer. Take that $500 and you put that away. That is your emergency fund, right? That's your cushion if, let's say, you have a short month or summer vacation, it's summertime and everybody's out. We take everybody on vacation, and I'm going to miss this amount of money. If I put away $500 if I put away $500 every month, right? If I put away $500 every month, that's giving me $6,000 a year. That's $6,000 a year that I got to play with. So you get what I'm saying? You need to have that little buffer. That you need to have that little buffer in there that can help you out in hard times. Now, your buffer is not money for, "Oh, I'm feeling bad, let me go buy something so I can feel better." Or, "Oh, I really want these clips." No, that money, you need to budget that somewhere else. That needs to come out of other, your $500 a month that you putting away is a non-negotiable. That's not touching for once or anything like that. I'm short on I got $2,300 for the month that I made. If that's all I'm making, I got $2,300 for the month I made. I need an extra $200 to reach all the bills. Then you go over to your $6,000 annual pot. You pull from that pot, you pull your $200 to make your 25, and then you get back on your grind. And you do other things, but you're not pulling from that money just for laughs and giggles or for enjoyment, right? This is your emergency money. It's your buffer. It's your buffer that's supposed to keep you from being stressed out. Okay? And honestly, we finishing up early today, so I got one more point for you. Our first one was, like I said, create a flexible budget. The second one is build an income buffer or an emergency fund. And the last one we're going to talk about is diversifying your income streams. Okay? Diversifying your income streams. Now, this, depending on where you're at or what type of shop you're in, if it's your shop, you can do all of these things. If it's not your shop, then you may have to do some other things, right? So when I'm saying diversify income streams, it could be a few different things. One, it's adding additional services to your stuff. So additional services behind the chair, you could add those. Okay. I generally that can be hit or miss, right? Because unless you're going to heavily advertise the additional services and tack them on and build them onto what you are already selling, doing, or what, unless you're going to add those like that, I don't really know how I feel about additional services is increasing income streams. Is it diversifying? Yes. Is it diversifying in an effort to increase? Yes. Is it the best idea? I don't know. I don't know. For me, when I look at diversifying income streams, this is for me. Anything that I'm looking for to diversify or add to my portfolio as far as income, I need that thing to take up less time than standing behind the chair. So if I'm in a shop and if you have a shop, it's your shop, then hey, let's add in vending, right? Get some sodas, some water, some snacks, get you a Sam's Club, Costco membership, BJ's if you have one in your area, get a membership. Go get your stuff wholesale. I like to keep at least $1 or at least 75 to 80% profit margins on the products that I get. Right? Now sodas, I think generally you might get a 50-cent profit. Water is going to be your best bet. Water, you can get a stupid profit. That's my highest ticket item that I sell within vending. Water bottles will get you your highest return. Nothing beats water that I've seen so far. So vending may be an option for you to diversify and add some more income, right? And some people will say, "Oh, you need to get into real estate and get in the stock market and get into this and get it." No, you need to do what you know you can manage, right? If you already gonna be in a shop, what is it that difficult to add in vending? No. Does it take that much time? No. You may need to, depending on you, if you get a refrigerator for your drinks or you get something like that, you get a little refrigerator, you may need, I don't know, it may take you 20 minutes to stock the refrigerator and the little snacks. And you had to do that every 2 weeks. So for 40 minutes of work, you're going to make, on the low end, maybe $60, $70 a week. From that, that's work that you didn't really have. 20 minutes to make $60, $70 a week, and you extra added to your stuff and you're not really doing anything to it, makes sense. Okay. You can also add in different, go somewhere, get some wholesale products. You can get, do-rags, brushes, combs, beard oils, wave cream. You can get all types of stuff like that. In a lot of neighborhood shops and specifically what would be considered urban shops or black shops, whatever you want to call it, they don't do a lot of product sales. But when you look at these bigger companies, right, you're more likely to see a snack machine or a vending machine. But when you look at these bigger companies, I want to call them the Power Five, but when you look at these well-known, even if their services may not be great, you look at these well-known salons and barbershops that are throughout the country, Fantastic Sam's, Hair Cuttery, so on and so forth. You look at those places, right? First thing you see when you come in the store is their retail section. Their retail section isn't in the back, it's in the front. It's right there in your face as soon as you come in. Boom, there it is. There's your retail section. Look at me. And so the entire time you are in, you may be waiting for your service, you're looking at that. And then as soon as you go back to the back, they're training their people to start the retail sales process. They entwine it in their general conversation. This is the product I'm going to use today. This is the this and this is the that. Boom, 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 boom. What type of shampoo would you like today? What's going on with your hair? Is your hair dry? Okay, well, we can try this shampoo in your hair. Boom, 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 boom. Then they style your hair. They cut your hair, style your hair, make it look great. And they say, hey, so I know we were talking about this, and I know you were dealing with maybe a dry scalp issue or something like that. As you can see, they're selling out. They are selling and trying to solve a problem, because that's what they're doing. They're solving a problem all the way through the service. You said dry scalp? Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this style. I'm going to do this. Boom, 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 boom. And then they close by saying, we talked about all of these things. I really hope you enjoy your service. How do you feel about your hair now? Does it look great? Look at the body, look at the shine, look at everything like that. And then they close with the killer. Can I interest you in any products today? Now I'm telling you I'm telling you that in general, in a shop like that, the stylist makes, I think, probably 15-20% on the sale of the product. Now, and when we're saying diversified, now if you had products in your shop, and say it's your products, or you're wholesaling somebody else's products, and you're selling and now you're selling them for a profit. You're wholesale buying someone else's products and selling them for a profit. How much more work did it take because listen, I'm going to say, how much more work did it take to become more professional? Because that's all you did. You didn't change who you are. You just became more professional. Oh, I don't like to sell. Then I'm going to just tell you that you don't like to make money because you like to buy. Oh, selling is not my thing. Did you work at it? Did you try it? You'll open up a whole nother business that requires you to do work instead of trying to figure out how to make more money behind a chair or in your shop. Barbers, I'll also say this. One of the other things that we can talk about here is, I challenge anybody who feels that they are a great barber to become a teacher. I didn't say open a school, but you want to make more money than offer to teach people how you cut hair. Now, I'm going to be honest, two things are going to happen. You're going to get a lot of people who don't really have any, who have minimal or no experience, or have, well, I'll say minimal. You have people that have minimal experience in the industry, or minimal knowledge of what you're trying to teach, right? So if you're teaching a fading class, you're going to probably be teaching people who have very low knowledge in that area. It's just reality. You are. So you're going to immediately be challenged. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying for the people that think that they're real nice or believe that they're real nice, and you may be, but can you teach it? Can you really teach it? Can you really break it down and understand and answer people's questions? Because if you can't, then we need to go back to the drawing board. And that's not a shot. I'm just telling you. It's no shot at anybody. But maybe we need to get a better understanding of what we're doing, and just instead of just saying like this is how it goes. This is why. This is this. This is that. Right? You need to have a uniformed language of explanation when you're doing this. Because people will ask you questions and this can be off the wall. And if you don't have a frame of reference to be able to answer those questions, you're going to be really in trouble. You can get up there, you can get to sweating, doing all that kind of stuff, and like, oh Lord, I don't know what's going on. Chill out. It's okay. It's okay. I I went in a little bit today, guys, and I apologize, but I'm gonna give you a quick review of 3 steps to managing your irregular income. Right, one is creating a budget. Know what you need to spend a month. Not what you would like to spend, what you need to spend. Now, you can put yourself a little allowance in there in that budget if you want to. Maybe give yourself $300-400 in your budget. Maybe if you can do that. But get some clarity and some clear defined goals. What is my budget? How much money would I like to make? Those sorts of things. Set those financial goals. All right. 2, you need to build an income buffer, get an emergency fund. Don't let a car repair wipe you out. Right? Don't let a car repair have you losing money because you either can't get to work, you're late to work, so on and so. Don't let that happen. All right. And finally, is diversify your income streams. I would suggest especially for early barbers, do things to stay within your space. So, whether that's products, whether that's vending, whether that's teaching classes, whether that's doing, maybe doing some tutorials and things like that. Now you may not, with the tutorials, there's gonna be a lot of upfront money. Just like anything, there's upfront money before you make money. And so you have to be comfortable with that. The tutorials may take you a little bit longer because that's kind of a crowded market right now. Right? You're going to have to do a whole lot of work to keep up with or to get into the space that a lot of people are already in this market. So, diversify, find some different things that you can do. And I suggest stick within your space. What can I do within the space that I'm already working? If I'm adding services or adding packages, that's cool. Maybe you restructure your price. Maybe you restructure your price of your services and give a good, better, best model, right? Good, better, best. Good is uh your low end service. Better is this, and the 3 tier price model. You've seen it. We've all seen it, and you would be surprised how well that price model works in various industries. And I believe it's one that could work very well within the barbering industry, especially if you're trying to create more revenue. You add a little extra in there and you only put you display that. This is my 3 tier price. You display that, yeah, it'll work a little better for you. But guys, this has been another episode of the Band of Barbers podcast. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you like this, please like, comment, share, subscribe so we can grow the tribe. It's been great. It's real late, and I'm going to bed. I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you tomorrow.